Hey guys, Jason here with River Smith based out of Boulder, Colorado. Today I want to take a few minutes to give you guys an insider's perspective on some of the design considerations that went into our flagship product, the River Quiver. Talk a little bit more about the details of the materials and some of the key features, and ask and answer the question, why did we make it that way? Because those decisions actually impact what's most important, your experience to and from the water. All right, let's start by getting into the aluminum. So a major challenge, as you can imagine, when designing a fly rod holder for rooftops of vehicles is its overall length. And material comes into play there. Aluminum is a great choice because of its strength to weight ratio. It's really lightweight and really strong. And when we started digging into this, we realized, there are thousands of just standard profiles that you can get off the shelf of different extrusions, but we decided to create our own for two reasons. We wanted to create a two-rod system, a two-rod solution out of one single part, and also to use its form to make it more rigid while also reducing weight. And the final result is this unique profile. And here we have two rod ports out of a single part, separated by the center spine. As you can see, it's really thin, 2 millimeters thick. And on the top and bottom of that spine, we have the T-track. These T-tracks allow you to mount in a multitude of different ways, which I think is a great perk of our system, but it also creates this I-beam structure. And that little structure there is what gives this its performance. It's what makes it really rigid and allows it to cantilever out beyond the mounting points of your vehicle. This system, this part right here is really the backbone of this product. All right, next I'd like to talk about the plastics of the River Quiver. This shows up on the nose cone, the reel box, its lid, and the mounts. Again, a challenge with designing a rooftop mounted unit is its weatherability. So material selection is really important. And that's why we chose this high-grade AES plastic for the injection molded parts. This particular material can withstand temperature swings, vast ones. So freezing temps, it's not going to get brittle, and really hot temps, it's not going to get soft. It's also extremely impact resistant, and that's really important with a product that's going to be keeping things secure. And the other really important one is its UV stability. So this material is not going to fade over time as it's in the sun and on your roof for years at a time. We spent a lot of time thinking about our reel box design, and we've gotten some questions that I'd like to answer right now. And the biggest one is, why did you choose reels down in its orientation? And the answer is kind of simple. We just wanted to let gravity work in our favor. So if you can imagine laying your reel sideways and flat, there's very little resistance keeping that from moving forward and backward in your rod carry as you're driving down the road. If you were to put reel up, it's always going to be wanting to roll over on itself. And so by putting reel down, what actually occurs is the weight of the reel creates a reverse camber inside of the tubes, basically locking it into place as you're driving down the road. Another question we get is what makes your reel box secure and protect our rods? Well, first of all, we use flush mounted riveting rather than any other fasteners on our unit. So it keeps everything really tight and you can't get something underneath it to pry it open. The second thing, and I think this is a really important detail, is the tongue and groove system that we have on our reel box. Rather than having a flush mount closing jam, it's a tongue and groove. So you can see this tongue goes into that groove and tightly secures itself in there, so you can't actually get a tool or an object in there to pry it open. And then finally, the locking mechanism keeps your rod protected once it's in there under lock and key. And it's a push button lock. It works that way. The last category I want to touch on is just general user experience. And I want to talk about a few of the key features that might not come readily to mind when you see this unit. First of all, the side swing door. This was a conscious decision that we made, mostly to limit the height you have to contend with when you're going in and out of your vehicle, especially if you have a lifted SUV or pickup truck. So you can, if you're lower reaching up, you can open and close the door pretty easily. Another unique element to the design of our reel box and lid is we call it a detent. And imagine being 9-10 feet back trying to put your rod into the River Quiver, and the wind blows, the door closed and breaks the tip of your rod. This detent enables the door, once opened fully, to not blow back. So it catches there. So you don't ever have to worry about that. So under additional force, then you can close the lid and lock it. Next, I want to talk about another and probably the biggest question we get. Will the River Quiver work for my vehicle? The answer is yes, hopefully all the time. And the reason I say that is we have 3 different mounting options that fit most crossbars out there. So this is our standard mount. It raises the unit about 5 inches off your vehicle. This is our low profile mount that can be used with T-track crossbars. And I want to talk a little bit more about this mount here. This is our quick release mount. And the reason I want to talk about that a little bit more is this is the most versatile solution. So this will allow you to attach to any bar, whether it be a T-track crossbar, a regular crossbar, or otherwise, because it has this stainless steel cable strap system. So it just wraps around the bar. And it's adjustable, so it can adjust in size from an inch thick bar to a 2-inch thick bar and 4 inches wide. The other unique thing about this mount is once it's actually installed on your vehicle, it locks. So the mount itself will lock to your vehicle under lock and key. The hardware that goes from the mount to the River Quiver is fully concealed, and this makes it a superior option when you're worried about security. And then the coolest thing is once you have it installed in your vehicle, you can take it on and off in a matter of seconds, should you ever need to. All right, thank you for taking the time to dig a little bit deeper into our flagship product, the River Quiver. Hopefully that gives you a better understanding of the thought behind some of these design elements and maybe explains why we designed it the way that we did. At Riversmith, we design and build products that we feel protect the things that are most important to you, your time, your gear, and your experience on the water.